Fundraising HayDay. If you haven't already listened to episode 11 of season 6
of our podcast,
you can check that out. We had a lovely interview here with Erin Goodier,
yay,
who knows all about video production, particularly for nonprofits. And she so kindly offered to do this little bonus content for us, showing off what you can do in Canva, which is a great tool that Canva has a lot of things for free, and even paying for the pro version. That's what we pay for.
It's not that expensive.
If you're going to be
for nonprofit, it's free.
Yep.
Oh, good to know.
Oh,
so free for nonprofits. So go get you pro Canva. Trust me.
So
we're going to turn it over to Erin to show off a few tips and tricks on how to use it.
How to use Canva to help edit your videos.
Yes.
Cool. Yeah. So I'm going to screen share real fast.
Okay.
For you guys, what Canva looks like. I'm be surprised. Most people have seen Canva now. I feel like a lot of people are getting into Canva, especially for like social media design type of stuff. But their video stuff is like, it's just really user friendly. And because nonprofits get the pro version for free, I always recommend. Oh, sorry, I meant to say
that's amazing. I had no idea that. Now I'm going to totally recommend that to clients.
Oh yeah, really would. And so this is just the home screen, and so they have a whole little tab just for videos, and so then you have all these options. I'm just doing the regular video option, but if you know exactly what you're going to be putting it on, you could go ahead and have it formatted exactly for like Facebook or Instagram Reels or something like that.
Quick question: if you want to make one video that you're going to share across all platforms, is there a standard, like what's the best one to use?
That is a good question. So there's pretty much in my head, like the question is really just like rectangle or square, or vertical now. And I would say the most universal, vertical is definitely the least universal. That's really only for like Instagram Reels and Instagram.
Okay.
And the square version is good for Instagram for sure, and it does work well on Facebook. Really, the way people are getting nitty-gritty about it, but pretty much it's how much of the person's screen that it takes up. Like you want it to, if it's a rectangle, it's going to take up a little bit less screen space. But if you're thinking like YouTube or any other things, then rectangle's good. So my answer to that question is really, rectangle is like, it's the shape of a normal video. So that is the most universal. But if you're really only going to put it on Facebook and Instagram, I would consider doing square. It's kind of up to you.
Okay.
But think about that when you're filming, because that does change sometimes the way you film things.
That's true.
But okay, cool. So this is what it looks like in the kind of the video like format for Canva. And so you can just upload your own videos right here to here. One thing you have to make sure you go over to videos to actually see the videos that you've uploaded. It's like, I mean, genuinely so easy. You drag and drop, and you just put it into the little square. We'll make it full screen.
So the purpose of the rainbow house.
And so it'll make it full screen and extend this for the exact length of the video. But what's also cool is that you can like put multiple videos back to back. You can reorder them. So I'll bring this one in here.
Maritime Academy.
It keeps playing, sorry.
That's okay.
But then you can reorder it, delete it, that type of thing, and put together your clips the way you want it. And you can also shorten them. And like, if you just want to take out a little bit, that one, this is double. But it's like someone added a little bit extra at the end that you didn't want them to say, or you just like taking off that beginning part where you're like, okay, we're going, like you can cut that out, which is really nice. And really easy. Literally, all you do is just
move it
to the edge and like drag it.
Wow!
Look at that.
Yeah. And so what I would do, so I'm gonna play this, and if you just wanted to take out like her last sentence right here, like,
from a home that has been volatile, a home that's been neglectful.
If I wanted to take out a home that's been neglectful, you can just go
from a home that has been volatile.
Stop there, and so now I have my little marker right where that where I wanted to cut. You slide, drag, drop, and now it's cut right at that spot. And then you can, what I really like that I feel like is hard to do on other like even video editing software easily, is that you can add your own like branding and stuff for the ending. You can have like a little outro. Let me see if I can find there you go. It is right here, this color one. So you just bring it in. Oh wait, one thing I keep doing this, and so this is a fun tip, but if you pull it into this, it's going to make it full screen. So because mine wasn't shaped like this, it made it put it off like that. So I just delete it and then add a page and then bring it in here.
Got
and
it.
then make it full screen. But on the flip side with video, you probably do want to pull it in here so that it does make it full screen. So you want that, and you don't want like a white border around it. But what's really cool is you can even animate it, which I think is like a whole extra level that like I would, someone that doesn't know video, I wouldn't even tell them to animate things normally, but like this makes it really easy.
Okay.
You can have it like, I can have it fade in, or I can have it pan across, and I can make a little transition. If you kind of hover right in between the two, you can say add transition, and then I can like dissolve it. You can add a little bit of some kind of elements to it, which I think does really step it up to like at the next level. It makes it a little bit more fancy.
Learning new things.
Yeah. Oh, one other thing that I really like about Canva, you can add music to it. It's really like a full thing.
Yeah, I was surprised by how much music was on there when I was playing.
Yeah.
And so this is like public domain music, like there are no royalties or rights associated with it. Okay.
Exactly. And when you have the pro version, you get access to even more. So like this one, it's a pro video. But like you said, nonprofits get it for free. So all those pro versions you also have access to. And you just pull it in, drag it down. Now I want to make sure it goes to the very beginning.
It's crazy.
Oops. Okay. And so then you just drag it over. So when I pull it in, it's probably going to be too loud. So
the purpose of the rainbow
way too loud. But again, really easy. You can click on adjust, or you click on the little like symbol right here and just bring it right on down so that it's a little bit more of a good sound.
is to be a haven for children who need.
That's not too bad.
Yeah.
Which is really cool. And then you can have a little music during your outro. It's kind of
Wow.
sad,
I mean,
but, yeah.
this is how long have we? This is less than 5 minutes, and you've done all the. Now, for people who are watching this, you may be like, "But she's going so fast." She's a trained professional. This is what she does. Your mileage may vary, but the tools are there. And I love that that Canva Pro is free for nonprofits, and also none of us are getting paid by Canva for saying this. We would not turn down a sponsorship. We're not saying that, but we're not that. None of us here are. We're just sharing this.
Great tool.
Yeah, Erin's just freely sharing her expertise and not being compensated by Canva.
Yeah. Can you go back to like the very end of her video? I just want to see how the transition looks.
Yeah, here with the music and everything.
Yeah.
And another thing, just what I'm doing right here, like when I hover, I can see what my little playhead is. So I can, when I just click down, that goes to the actual spot where I want it to go. So if I didn't want to start at the beginning, it's kind of, so I'm just going to start at the end of the video.
It's like they've been removed from a home that has been volatile.
Nice.
It kind of comes up. You can, play with it a little bit.
Yeah,
but,
sure.
Yeah. Oh, another thing when you cut, sorry, it's a little bit out of order, but when you cut, you should be able to go back and like make it longer again if you want. So if you didn't like the way it worked, you could just make it full.
Nice.
The beauty of editing is you can always restart or change whatever you need to. And I feel like Canva makes it even easier. Yeah, and also, please go back in the video if I was talking too fast. And also Canva does have lots of other ways of, if you have something specific, someone else has Googled it before, I'm sure, to help you figure out any problems that you might have. Oh, actually,
add things on the video, right? Like if you wanted to add her name, that's pretty easy to do.
Yeah, let's do it. So you can go into text, add a heading in here. I'm just gonna put name. And then you can change the color of it over here. Not really showing up. Make it bigger, just like what you would do on like Word or something like that.
Sure.
Yeah.
And you can move it around. And honestly, this you can animate too. You just have it pan in, and you have it, if you do pan on, you can say just enter, just like the beginning of the clip, or just when it ends the clip, or you can do both where it beginning and the end of the clip is kind of animates in and out. Which is really nice. I would say this video is a little on the darker side, so you can do with white, but you can also add in the elements, you can add just like a rectangle to put underneath it so that it would like, you wouldn't be competing with the background for color.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And then one last thing also, just to walk through the actual exporting process.
Okay.
You would just click share and then you click download. All of these things, the MP4 video, that's pretty universal. You'll be able to upload that to any social media site or anything like that. 1080p, we talked about this during the podcast a little bit. That's the regular HD. That's like, I'd say about the highest quality you can get on social, that you can still tell that it's the high quality.
Okay.
And then you would want to do all pages. You'd want to do, that's talking about like this part and this part. You want to do it all together, and then you just download it and be able to upload it to any social media site or YouTube or anything like that.
Very cool.
Nice. Thank you so much. If you want to, do you want to take it to your logo and then tell people if you're thinking that you might be time to reach out for a professional videographer, how can they find you? What's your URL?
Yeah. So you can just find me at goodiercreative.com. So how it's spelled right there. And please reach out if you ever have questions or anything like that about video. I'm very pro, like there's a place for making your own video, and there's a place for doing like the really high quality videos. And so would love to talk about that.
Again, thank you so much. I even feel like I could go in and do this, and Amanda will tell you I am not the early adapter for a lot of these things, but I'm like, it's making it for this kind of thing that you're working on. It's kind of like working in a Word document, and I don't know how to explain that. That's just the feel that I got. I'm like, oh, it's like editing for me as a writer versus super complex. So hats off. Thank you for breaking it down. And thank you for just sharing your expertise with us. It's been amazing.
Well, and the thing I like about Canva, because that's what I use for all of our social media, just images that we use, is it really is very user friendly. And I am not a techie person, so and you do something, it's very easy to fix. If you don't like something, you can change. I mean, it's if I can use it, what I'm saying is you can figure it out. So
No,
thanks again. We really appreciate it. It's been great.
Yeah, awesome. Thanks, guys.